Guys, a bit of breaking news here. It involves the North Carolina gubernatorial race, which we haven't been covering really at all. But we do watch these state races from time to time because they can, if there's, one person who runs away with it or one person who absolutely is engulfed in scandal, it can depress the vote potentially for that party or inflate the vote for the other. So this would be, in that category, bad news for the Republicans. In that state, there is a retiring governor, Roy Cooper, who's a Dem, and the race to replace him is between the lieutenant governor, Mark Robinson, a Republican, and the North Carolina Attorney General, Josh Stein, a Dem. Mark Robinson has found himself engulfed in controversy. He's made a lot of controversial comments that we already know about. A lot of us first noticed him because we don't pay a lot of attention to the lieutenant governors in the various states when this clip went viral where he was making a lot of sense about the gender issue. Apparently, the sensible comments were not uniform on all subjects, but here's just a reminder for our audience of Mark Robinson.
You can go to the doctor and get cut up. You can go down to the dress shop and get made up. You can go down there and get drugged up. But at the end of the day, you were just a drugged up, dressed up, made up, cut up, man or woman. You ain't changed what God put in you, that DNA.
Well, that kind of sensible talking is what drew a lot of fans his way. However, it looks like he's about to potentially be forced out of this race. Publication Carolina Journal reporting now that sources with direct knowledge have spoken to them on the condition of anonymity and said that Robinson is under pressure from staff and members of the Trump campaign to withdraw from this race due to the nature of a story that's about to hit tonight, which they say involves, quote, activity on adult websites in the 2000s. National Review also reporting on it, saying it involves sexual and race-related comments in chat rooms. So that's a little different than activity on adult websites. We don't know exactly what the nature of the, quote, scandal is, but according to the Carolina Journal, even Team Trump is distancing itself from him and potentially even pressuring him to withdraw. The Robinson campaign responded, the director, communications director, quote, whomever your sources are here, it is complete fiction. So they've been given, tonight is actually the deadline. It's the state deadline to withdraw from the race. And this is Oppo research that was leaked to the media by his opponent, the campaign of his opponent who leaked it to CNN and local Raleigh news outlet WRAL, expected to hit airwaves tonight. So is it important? Do we care? What do you make of it?
Yeah. I mean, we care a lot. You may or may not have noticed, but the Republican Party over the last few years has run into a touch of a candidate quality problem from time to time. This would certainly be one of them. Look, North Carolina is a really important state. The problem that you have is when you get down ballot and you're dealing with governor's races, there's not a Senate race there this year. But if there's somebody who just lags the field significantly, it depresses turnout, or at least has the capacity to depress turnout in a very meaningful way. And in a state where you need every last Republican vote for Donald Trump to get to 270 on the Electoral College, any little thing like this is potentially extremely problematic. I mean, Smug, you're from North Carolina. What's the take?
I think there is among Republicans in North Carolina a lot of frustration because Republicans have a supermajority in the state legislature. They control the state House, the state Senate, and both Senate seats in North Carolina to the United States Senate are Republicans as well. It seems like for a while, governors just eluded part of the Republican majority in the state. And so for Republicans, the most important thing is to win. They need to get the governor's mansion under Republican control because for so long, you've seen the state start to take this like leftward tilt, which actually doesn't reflect the voters or the people of North Carolina. And so to Republicans, this hunger to win is, I mean, it can't be overstated how badly we need this race. You see Donald Trump is neck and neck with Kamala Harris in North Carolina, and voters tend to break late in the state of North Carolina. So while there's time, whatever decision needs to be made, whatever can lead to a win at the top of the ticket in the governor's race needs to be done.
North Carolina is important. The latest poll, which we were going to get to in this block, is from Emerson Polling, showing them neck and neck in these swing states. In North Carolina, Trump was up 1 in August. Now it's showing a 2-point swing to Harris. Harris up 1. All of that is within the margin of error, and thus there could have been absolutely no movement from August to now. But anyway, for what it's worth, she's showing up 1, which just tells us it's just as tight as it could be there. So every tiny movement could potentially matter.
Yeah. I mean, no question about it. Look, if this was the Democratic Party, that guy would be packing up the printer cartridges right now, right? With the Republican Party, look, we've had a problem when it comes to trying to figure out how to put our best team on the field in some of these races over the years. I think the Senate Republicans, who had a huge problem in 2022, corrected that under the leadership of Steve Daines at the Senatorial Committee. But it is a problem. And if you leave these things to their own sort of merits, they often just don't work out for you. And this is one of the prime examples.
I think the only mistake Democrats made is if they really have the goods on this guy, they should have waited till after the deadline.
But he's already trailing 10. I mean, here's the thing,
he's
Megyn,
behind, I think, by 8.
This is a near double-digit margin between where he's at the ballot and where Donald Trump is on the ballot. That in and of itself, before whatever this story is hits, tells you about the quality of this campaign that he's running. You can't have it. You can't have it in elections with stakes this high, where the American people and the people of North Carolina's entire fortunes are riding here. You can't, as a party, just sort of throw it up, let go and let God and hope something works out in your favor. Like, these things take a lot of work to ensure that you get the right candidate match with the right constituency in statewide elections, particularly purple states and ones that are going to be ultimately very competitive.
I love I think it's a Goodfellas reference. I can't have it, right? Paul Sorvino. I can't have it. I can't have it.
Can't have it.
Yeah, you can't have it, but you're about to have it. And by the way, for what it's worth, the Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson's spokesperson, Michael Lonergan, told National Review Online just now that it is a, quote, complete fiction that Robinson will drop out of this year's North Carolina gubernatorial race. Tough to know what to wish for. I guess he's going to do whatever he's going to do. It's kind of...
Well, Megyn,
the ship has sailed at this point.
I'll see your movie reference and I'll raise you one with Bronx Tale. And tomorrow for Robinson, it's like Bronx Tale, where they lock the door and now yous can't leave.
Yeah.
Well done,
I mean,
sir.
to my understanding, mail-in ballots are going out tomorrow. So, I mean, this is a very small window.
Thing is probably baked.
Yeah, exactly right. It's baked. And they probably did hold it until right now for that reason, right? Just as long as they possibly could. You know how much my family and I love our dogs, Thunder, and yes, even sweet Strudwick. I can't imagine life without them. They've got a great life and they're lucky. But some dogs are not so lucky. And that's why I'm glad to tell you about Delta Rescue, the largest no-kill, care-for-life animal sanctuary in the world. They've rescued thousands of dogs, plus cats and horses too. They provide all their animals with shelter, safety, and most of all, love. And they've been doing it for more than 45 years now. Delta Rescue relies solely on contributions to stay open, and giving can bring tax benefits too. Speak with your estate planner about how you can grow your estate while helping animals in need. And check out the estate planning tab on their website to learn more. We love our Thunder and Strudwick, but would love it if other dogs who need love and attention and a home can find those too. Visit deltarescue.org today to learn more. That's deltarescue.org. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.